Yo 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 yo. I'm watching the making of Dot and Bubble, a full episode of season one. This is the only episode of season one of Doctor Who that I've watched. I was recently on a UK Doctor Who talk show podcast type of thing. Debate show. That's, I think, the correct term. And the UK got a lot of these little small Doctor Who channels on YouTube that are really fun to talk in. And they liked my thoughts on Dot and Bubble, and I was writing some of them down in the comment sections so I don't forget them. Sometimes I do that, and I figured, why not I just record my thoughts and say them as I do them right now. So here's a couple of reactions to the making of Dot and Bubble, which, look, here's what I'll say. It was Doctor Who a hit show? The season one, is it a hit show? Yeah, it's a hit show. I haven't watched any episodes except for Dot and Bubble, but yeah, it's a hit show because it's hilarious. I did laugh the most out of any Doctor Who episode on this episode. And yeah, I'll start with this comment I was just typing right here. When Ricky September is the best part of your Doctor Who episode, and a Doctor Light episode that had too much of the Doctor in it, it's a Doctor Light episode, don't get me wrong. The Doctor does not lead this episode. He's barely in this episode. In a way, it's a cool episode in design. We'll get into it. But yeah, you're cooked. And it had too much of the Doctor in it. I give this episode a 3 out of 10. Maybe a 4 for the laughs. Listen to this idiot.
It's okay.
Do you know, we handed that script to Shooty and I was wary. I was thinking, my God, especially this is the first thing he shot.
I have a ship. It's called the TARDIS. Okay, that blue box.
It is astonishing because he comes in, he did the regeneration way back with David, but actually the scene at the end of episode 5 is his first day with us, his first proper day.
That reveal at the end of the app, it was heartbreaking. You probably do realise it in the app, but it's the moment when we look around and everyone is white, and you're just like, ah.
We can't travel with you.
What? Why not?
Because you, sir, are not one of us.
We were all kind of holding our breath thinking, that's no way you'd start any lead actor off. We talked about it. Should we reach...
That's racist. What the heck? Well, that, I didn't realize they even said that. Why is that their first scene that they shot with him? They said, let's make an all-white cast and make sure he feels his most uncomfortable. I'm gonna skip to this. And then he says this.
What we can't tell is how many people will have worked that out before the ending, because they've seen white person after white person after white person. And television these days is very diverse. Now, I wonder, will you be 10 minutes into it? Will you be 15? Will you be 20 before you start to...
Now, well, hold on.
I think everyone in this community is white. And if you don't think that, why didn't you?
He said, why didn't you? Because I'm not a racist, Russell T. Davis. And I didn't hire an all-white cast to prove a point on an issue that doesn't exist. I can't believe that. That's actually really wild. I did not hear that the first time. This is 30 minutes of this garbage. This is 30 minutes of this garbage. But why would they do that? And you can kind of tell that was his first scene too. Like, because it wasn't done well and he didn't have many lines. And what did he say in this stupid speech that he's talking about? What did he even mean by anything? What did he say? And it's very out of character for the Doctor to say what he said. He would be the first to let them go out and explore a planet on their own and be independent. Like, usually he's the first person to leave a place, right? And let the people figure it out on their own. He wouldn't be upset about it. And this is supposed to be the well-adjusted, trauma-free Doctor from the specials, right? Like, it doesn't even make sense in the narrative he's building since the series started, from what I learned. So that's a big reason why I can't get into this stuff. But this is literally the only episode of the RTD2 that I've seen. And so I'm going to keep watching it. I'm going to try.
So that's going to be interesting. I hope it's one of those pieces of television you'll see and always remember.
And then he's crying. like a punk. Like a punk, dude. That's crazy. But like, I don't know. He shouldn't even be mad that they wouldn't want to go with them. The whole time, I don't know what I wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't told about it beforehand. I was spoiled on that fact beforehand, so like when I went into it, I like of course just knew about it. But like, I don't even think I would have noticed, because I would have said like, oh, she doesn't want to travel with him because he's not part of the community that they live in. They live in a dot and bubble. Like, they live in a bubble community. Doesn't that just make sense that they wouldn't trust to travel with somebody that they don't know? Because they're that, and they showed throughout since the beginning they can't even walk without the bubble, or she couldn't. So like, they're very dependent people, and like, trust is all they have. And you see how easily she throws trust away, because what did she do to Ricky September, the only good character in the episode? He's literally the only not annoying character in the episode. Ricky September was like, man, I turned my bubble off and I read a book. It was nice. I was like, Ricky September is real. Like, it was crazy. Like, and he dies. Like this is what you're setting up for your show.
December 2022 and January 2023, Dot and Bubble was filmed side by side with 73 yards. The Doctor and Ruby take a bit of a back seat in this episode, and apart from the final scene, Shooty and Millie do all of their performing down an auto cue lens.
Yeah.
First things first, I'm here to save you.
Leaving centre stage to Lindy Pepperbean.
Yeah.
On her
And
way
Lindy
to-
Pepperbean is one of the most annoying characters I have had the pleasure of watching. Hey, I gotta get this clip in. She said something. It was something the actress said.
It was quite
She is so
difficult.
stupid.
And screen actor, entitled and racist. She's played by upcoming stage and screen actor Carly Cook.
Can I run into it?
It was quite difficult to find the right person to play Lindy, because she is, in the end, an absolutely abhorrent character. But you've got to be with her on her way there, and she's got to be sort of really flaky and breezy and a bit annoying from the top.
Do I need to pee?
Your run content is 0 for the third
She is
day
terrible.
in a row. Well done, Lindy.
So she had to sort of encompass all these things in one hit.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the first time I've ever done that.
Oh no, well, so every day we walk past monsters.
No, I mean the hug.
So sad.
Yeah.
And then once
So
she
sad.
turns, you have to be really surprised.
His surname is Coombs.
No, that's fucked up. What she did here was just effed up.
I know everything about him. He changed his name to Ricky September when he reached 50,000 followers, but check your files. He was born Coombs. C comes before P.
Like, what a tragic.
Unanimously our favourite choice in the auditions. All the characters.
It was hard. I've never done it before. I have a complex of having to be liked all the time.
I paused it when she said
I've never
what.
done it before. I have a complex of having to be liked all the time.
You gonna hear it again?
It was hard. I've never done it before. I have a complex of having to be liked all the time.
What? Now she's unlikable in real life too. like, and she played the role perfectly. You know, she was being herself. That's why. Like, who says something like that? She's like, well, I need to be liked all the time, and you're an actress. And then she plays this role, and you know, she's the star too. So I'm not mad about the acting at all. Like, I'm not even like that mad about the story. Like, I thought the monster was good in this episode. It's just, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing? I can sit here and give you the superficial compliments you want, but like, there's no deep substance behind it. And then everything else that comes out of their mouths is just borderline stupid. Like, you just sound dumb.
6 weeks is just you and you know. That's gonna be quite strange.
I don't want to listen to this.
Because she's kind of this lovable, if slightly narcissistic person, but who you really basically like until she does this awful thing in this scene.
No,
Essentially,
no, that's not true. That's not true. She's this horrible narcissistic person that I didn't really like, but like, did I want her to die? I guess not. A funny thing, I just finished season 9 of Classic Who, the Time Monster finale. That's nuts. The Doctor saves the Master from a life, infinite torment, which he definitely deserved by that point in the series, but whatever, you know. It's like, he's like, would I want him to die? No, because that's your best friend, Doctor. I get it. But it's like, yeah, I didn't want her to die, but come on. It's like, did Ricky deserve to die? Definitely not.
Her love interest to save herself.
It's kind of the first reveal of like what a monster she actually is. She's rich, she's vile, actually, and sends that boy to his death.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? You can say stuff like that and get away with it. He said it's your first look to how much of a monster she is. I agree with that. What's the first quality he lists? She's rich. That don't make you a monster, Russell T Davies. How much money you have, Russell T Davies? Somebody might call you rich. You better slow down, idiot.
Brilliant Callie as Lindy Pepperbean. She's literally in every single moment of the entire episode. So it's unusual to hand over not just a guest lead role, but the lead of the show.
Action.
I'm going to get eaten.
I'd never seen a Doctor Who episode that didn't really feature the Doctor.
And you can tell you're not a real Doctor Who fan. The first thing I thought about when I saw this episode was Blink. That's literally the first thing I thought about. And I was like, it can work. It definitely can work. And I think it even worked in Dot and Bubble. But it's like, here's what Blink does better, by the way. I'll skip for you. Because, look, even they talk about it. It's not that complicated. It wasn't that big brain of a connection. They go, oh, this happened before, actually, in Blink, and everybody loved Blink. Yes, we know everybody loved Blink. But here's what Blink did right. Charismatic, likable characters, an interesting plot. A plot that dealt with time travel in a show about time travel. Like, Blink does a lot of things better than this episode of Doctor Who.
I'm a time traveller.
In 2007, Kerry Mulligan starred as Sally Sparrow in Blink.
And Sally Sparrow in Blink. Yes, she did. This was about the making of Dot and Bubble.
That is probably what the future's going to turn out to be, and I think Russell has a knack for that. He does predict the future quite a lot.
Dot and Bubble.
The dot is their form of social media. It's a little hovering dot that projects all the friends and all the family and all the faces of people in a literal bubble around you. So they are living in a bubble. It's like a metaphor.
Art imitates life, doesn't it? You know, the parables
it's like a metaphor.
And what it can do to people in the real world.
I genuinely think Russell T Davies is disintegrating in the mind a little bit. He has to be, right? He said it's like a metaphor. Isn't it a metaphor? Living in a bubble? What? He said it's like a metaphor. I think. I think it's a metaphor. I don't know. I'm Russell T Davies. Russell T Dizzle.
So unfair. Now we have to work. Fine Time never told us how boring it would be.
It's a visual way of showing where we're heading in society. It's not just having a close friends list.
It's not even dumb. Like, that's the sad part. It's like, what are you supposed to critique? Like I mean, you can't. I'm not. It's like, what? What? It's not even dumb. It's just like not smart. It's like, good job. You took the first step. And like, yeah, that's the only creative idea in this episode. The actual Dot and Bubble. Like, yeah, maybe they live in a bubble. Of course. Of course.
So I feel really stressed out with all this.
It does take a lot of the decisions for you. It does make life easier.
No, I can just about get away with like
I'm bored.
Yeah, you're not selling the dots for anyone here.
I'm bored.
But I wouldn't want a dot. That would kill me.
I wouldn't want. Oh, okay. She's not clever either. Obviously, we wouldn't want the dot to kill you. It malfunctions. Obviously. Alright. Nice to know the actor of Ruby isn't clever either. Let's see what our favorite doctor has to say about it. Our favorite guy who doesn't wear pants.
Don't even get me started on TikTok.
Oh, don't get him started. All right.
Still to come.
Hey, point. See, Doctor Who's not woke. Point one for Gatwa. He said, TikTok. Come on, people. I'm hip. Well, let's see what they have to say.
On Doctor Who Unleashed, I try not to be sluggish on my work experience.
Thank you. Oh, hello. It's quite slippery, isn't it?
The cast and crew bust out their best moves.
Oh, this
But
sucks.
an exclusive clip from the next episode of Doctor Who.
This
Droids
sucks.
to the Reapers, to the Vashta Narada. There have always been Doctor Who creatures who like to make...
I can't help but notice that they're padding out the B-roll with, like, good Doctor Who. They're taking an excuse to talk about Blink for a whole 2 minutes, right? That's interesting. We're not even seeing clips from the episode, right? Or even like behind the scenes B-roll. No, let's watch real Doctor Who.
Make a meal of things. But never has there been a more gloopy, slurpy, or gnarly eater than the man-traps. Dreamt up and sketched by Russell T Davis, Millennium Effects were tasked with bringing these psycho slugs to life.
That's cool.
I think the man-traps are probably the most classic Doctor Who monster there is in the new series.
Yeah, okay. I'll give them that, because I was going to say, I like the monster. That was the highlight of the episode for me, was the man traps, I guess is what they're called. Definitely, look, if you have a chance of making something iconic, these man traps are going to be more iconic than whoever was in the Devil's Court.
There's been a lot of those kind of things in Doctor Who over the years. So there's already a kind of language to them that you're going with.
It's very exciting to get a new design for a Doctor Who monster. I love handing these things over to Neil Gorton and the team, and they add the tentacles and the claws, and the fun about this has been like saying more gunge. Wet them so they're dripping and vile, disgusting, marvellous. That's what a Doctor Who monster should be.
But before the gunge, Neil and his team had to make the man-traps.
All of this was
Never mind.
hand sculpted by the team. I think it took about a week and a half.
Yeah, and then they make the man traps. That's cool, I guess.
It feels how I think it would feel.
Oh yeah? How's that?
Feels alien and fleshy. You know?
The man-traps have been built.
Nice to know, yeah.
It's a painstaking process, and why do it when lots of the detail will be replaced with computer-generated VFX?
A lot of our work is, collaborating with VFX. Even if you're going to do something CGI, very often we'll build a physical thing that people can interact with. It just makes it easier for actors to deliver a performance if there's something in front of them that looks like the character they're meant to be playing against.
6 weeks later, a prototype man-trap with 3 puppeteers inside it is ready for its first taste test.
3, 2, 1, G's coming in, and close. Push. Keep it going.
Help me, somebody help
we
me.
have a camera test for the man trap. Go on, more. Squeeze. So we're just testing everything out. I think there's a lot of discussions being had. Tips. I'm here for the movement and to coordinate.
Yep, they test the man traps. My favorite part about Doctor Who is actually talking about Doctor Who, the story. But I don't know, a lot of people like how you make this stuff, but like, I don't know. That applies to like all, like, what's it called? TV shows, movies, That's
the
cool.
first time I've met them, as we filmed this episode a month before the Christmas special. You with me? It's that timey-wimey stuff again.
Which bit are you doing?
They think they're so hip, calling time timey-wimey. It was a one-time joke, people. One time. But yeah, it's also weird, like, how they do stuff out of order, though. But, like, it also plays into, like, the lore. It is fun. Hey, watch this stuff yourself. Watch this. I recommend you watch it on the BBC Studios. They'll be happy I sent you.
Different cameras on them, rolling simultaneously, and we just had them kind of play out the lines and bounce off each other.
This gotta be explained to people.
Unreal, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm
asking.
so excited because Doctor Who.
It's genuinely
Is
my
what?
favourite show ever.
Oh, is it? Is it?
My dad sent me this photo of when.
What's the photo?
Oh my.
Who's that?
Wow, look at that.
This is biggest fan.
Action and action. Lindy? Hello?
We did lots of things with them. We gave them props, we gave them emotions to play, we danced around behind the cameras to get them to dance and not feel awkward, because it's incredibly awkward in front of a whole crew.
What the hell?
Filming multiple
I can see
characters
Dot
at the
and
same
Bubble
time
being
and having to
I can see Dot and Bubble being the most fun episode of for them to make, and also like the easiest for them to make. So I can definitely see them having fun. Yep.
To like.
Yeah, the bubble. Okay, good answer.
Is it a bubble?
Yeah, it's got to be the bubble.
Dot
Ricky September.
and Bubble.
The concept of this episode is that Callie's character Lindy lives in this kind of weird bubble at all times. But that's completely done in CGI. So we have to imagine the bubble over her head with every single shot and try and shoot frames that will kind of work for that VFX element that we're going to bring in later.
Yeah.
So we're kind of guessing all the time, and who knows if it's gonna work. I mean,
That's always a good place to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this works.
It's the longest stage directions I've ever had to write.
It's not that hard. You just zoom in a little out. Just zoom out.
Do.
Forward, forward, forward.
I actually said
I like even like this. Like this looks good. I thought this looked great, and like the conceptualize of this and making it realize. I think this was all fine.
Give him some drawings saying this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Just in case it's not clear
Okay.
on the
See.
page, and showing the screen is just turning around someone's
That's
head.
cool. Yeah, that's how it's done.
Bubble coming in.
Why have you got a bowl?
So we call this the bubble, and we put this around the actor.
Yeah.
When we need a bubble reference
Yeah.
to see the positioning of the actual bubble within the edit. So all these like little squares, these are basically
They're the screens.
different screens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, it's not.
Just
I
on
don't need you to explain that
this
to
is
me.
really important for you to get right, because that must be a nightmare to
Yeah.
try and make that work in VFX.
100%. It's. I mean, as accurate as you can get it.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Thank you.
She's wearing a mask in 2027 or 2025.
Will be
Excuse me.
flickering like from left to right, up and down, in between, talking to everyone.
Oh, you guys are weirding me out.
Hey, you look so good, baby. Oh, Cooper, you're so kind.
Now I'm weirded
We're
out.
filming Lindy's morning routine in her apartment. So we've been waking up, and then the bubble has been leading us into the bathroom. And they wanted
They're still talking about this bubble.
having the camera
We're just now talking about the bubble. There's like 4 minutes left of this this episode.
I mean, if you've got any footage of it, I look ridiculous. But it was very fun. I got harnessed it. I felt like I was like Christina Aguilera in the music video.
But what about the brains of the operation?
I don't
I'm
know.
expecting something groundbreaking
Me
to bring
too.
the dot to life.
I don't think so.
This is the dot.
I was expecting something like sophisticated sci-fi.
Hey,
We
who
got-
says it's not sophisticated?
It's,
A little bit.
it's a sellotape and a smiley yellow face.
It's cute.
It is cute, I'll give you that.
3, 2, 1, attack. So there's a really exciting scene where Lindy and Ricky are attacked by Lindy's
Look,
which is this
it is
device
cheap.
which kind of
Doctor Who still is cheap. It's not that hard.
projects her bubble.
And attack!
As with lots of the VFX in the episode, we couldn't obviously do anything physically in camera. It was all kind of make-believe and imaginary.
We've been rehearsing with a stick. The stunts, they just run around with a stick. And then
The
we take
stunts
out the
just-
stick, and then we
That is kind of funny. They're just running around, swatting them with the stick. Like, act, damn it. Act,
the dot. It's quite hard, isn't it?
perform.
It's a bit mad if you kind of don't know what's going on, just like running after or running away from nothing and whacking nothing. Yeah.
It's not that mad.
Doctor Who has always prided itself on keeping its creatures and monsters as real as
That creature sucked.
Always prided itself on keeping
That creature sucked.
its creatures and monsters as real as possible. Characters like the Meep, the Wrath Warriors, the Goblin King, the Goblins, the Bogeyman, and the Man
That creature sucked too.
Traps are physical entities that you can touch and feel. Bogeyman Carrie's pride
All these other ones I just don't know about. That doesn't look very iconic.
keeping its creatures, the goblins
That creature looks cool.
as real as possible. Characters like the Meep,
Terrible.
Wrath Warrior,
The Wrath Warriors look kind of sick. They look kind of sick.
the Goblin King, the Goblins.
Oh, that's their Goblin King. I seen the goblins. I seen one clip of the goblins when Godwood jumped off the roof, which I was like, that was kind of cool. Kind of cool. I mean, like, it's not like we haven't seen it before. Peter Capaldi did that too, and he's an old man. It's like we haven't seen that. We've seen it before. He did that episode 1, Deep Breath. But I don't know. The goblins look good.
The bogeyman and
Ew.
hand traps are physical entities that you can
Yeah. They said that already.
What
By the
ends
way.
up on the screen. So for this week's work experience, I'm going to find out exactly what it takes to be a VFX assistant.
Do I care about this? No, not really. I can't believe how much more of this shit is left. And I think that's the next episode. Yeah, I don't care about any of that either. Alright, that's my reaction to Dot and Bubble, the making of Dot and Bubble, and my thoughts on Dot and Bubble. I've also left comments in the comment section. Hold on. Laugh. Henry September was kind of great. Other than that, it's about a 3 out of 10 though. I mean, just because it doesn't make sense. Like if the episode went more in depth on like where these people came from, why they're there like that, like what's gonna happen to them afterwards, like how did this really came about. But like no, they're just the episode really just like, hey, white people are annoying, they're rich, and you know he can save them, but he can't save them, and he's upset about it sometimes. There's a cool monster, and the Dot and Bubble, it's sort of a metaphor.
Family and all the faces of people in a literal bubble around you, so they are living in a bubble. It's like a metaphor.
I can't believe he said that. He said it's kind of like a metaphor. He doesn't know how metaphors work. Alright, thanks for listening. I will see you on the next one. Watch my appearance on the Sense Spear, where I talk about Doctor Who. This is my favorite team. This was my favorite team. Just normal, psychic 5, fighting 4. Jesus Christ. And if you would have let me go on, I would have put in Amorphous. I should have went level 9 and put in Amorphous just because I could. Humans, bro. It's humans. Look at the attack, bro. That's so much. Why'd I roll so much? He rolled a lot. Trying to play electric. Human fighting. And I have front line and my back line's insane.